Right, this is a quick walk around video for a wonderful, wonderful car. This is a Honda Cr-V 2-litre EX automatic. It's on a private plate which comes with the vehicle, K555PFC, obviously a 2010 vehicle. It's the facelift version. Finished in black with this gorgeous tan, beige or ivory leather, not sure what to call it really, but it's hugely sought after. Side mouldings on the doors, running bars down the side, running boards on the side. The car is in wonderful, wonderful condition. I'll go around the car for you. The lights and lenses on the front here, you can see, completely clear and intact, no cracks or condensation in those at all. Front bumper, absolutely as clean as a whistle. Worth pointing out, we've not cleaned this vehicle. I deliberately wanted to do a video whilst it hadn't been cleaned. It's not been valeted, because the chap who's had it, people have had it, kept the car absolutely beautifully. Can't see a stone chip of any note on the bonnet there. And then come down this near side, it's like looking in the mirror. It's absolutely unbelievable. The paint has a lustre to it, a freshness to it. We've not polished it, not done anything at all. It's just a reflection, excuse the pun, just how well it's been kept. Front near side alloy, clean as a whistle. And then down the panels here, it's just absolutely remarkable. Rear near side alloy, again completely clean. And around the back of the car, likewise, just completely unmarked around here. Quite often black cars can be a little bit wish-washy on the paintwork and just sort of clean to look clean, but this is beyond that. It's absolutely amazing. Then the offside of the vehicle, as with the near side, looks as close to new as I think you'll ever realistically see. There will be the odd tiny little mark, of course. I mean, I'm not going to pretend there isn't, but so rear offside alloy, absolutely beautiful condition. Just the tiniest curve mark I can see there. And down the remaining panel work, just quite wonderful. Finally, front offside alloy, again completely unmarked. So looking at one of the very best CR-Vs I think we've ever had. Coming into the boot area, full complement of equipment's there. You can see tonneau cover on top here. You then also get this middle shelf, which is in perfect condition, looks factory fresh. I've never found a great use for them, but people tell me they do. It adds extra security underneath, and you can put things on top up to a certain weight. It's in just gorgeous condition back here, it really is. If you don't want to use the middle shelf, little tip, these little recesses are shaped the same as the this above, and they just slot in. But little tip, turn them upside down, it just saves them getting damaged, or the fabric getting damaged when you do it. Coming to the back now, you can see this interior in its full glory. The video really doesn't do justice to the colours in here. It looks absolutely beautiful in here. Huge amounts of rear leg room, and the leatherwork looks pretty much as new back there. And coming to the front, again, just all looks pretty much as close to new. Sitting on the passenger side here, just a tiny bit wear on the driver's seat you can expect to see, of course, getting in and out. It is wonderful. Into the driver's side, again, absolutely fantastic. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section so you can see the dashboard illuminated. The dashboard again, just absolutely glorious condition. See there, the sat-nav working perfectly. I'm just going to shut the electric blind because it reflects otherwise. But that's all working perfectly. If I pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely clear rear parking camera. But everything's working absolutely perfectly in the car. But it's in absolutely gorgeous condition. And then finally, just to go into the dashboard for you, 57,666 miles. And there's no warning lights on this vehicle at all. Clearly the video just will not do justice to this car. It's just a really, really wonderful car in wonderful condition. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda Cr-V 2-litre EX automatic. Car's registered K555PFC 2010 car. Mileage at the start of the road test is 57,660 miles. Reason for doing these road tests is basically so customers get to see the cars we're actually advertising in operation. We're well aware that lots of our customers come from not just the UK but the whole of Europe, so the least we can do is put the time and effort in to do this. The reason being that we can then feed back any issues there might be on the car relating to any mechanical side of the vehicle at all. Sorry, just some lunatic going past the horse at ridiculous speed. The road test is also done on the same very quiet country roads where most people drive quite sanely. So hopefully it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive on the car. Come to the car itself, engine first. Engine starts absolutely first turn of the key, settles to a completely smooth, even idle, pulls beautifully throughout the entire rev range. Wonderfully refined and responsive engine as you'd expect from Honda. It's a brilliant unit, not just in terms of how it delivers its power, but also in terms of the reliability they give and the longevity, because they really are incredibly capable engines. They're astonishing units. Cam chain driven, of course, so there's no cam belts to worry about on them. No big sort of services looming at any time. The dashboard is showing no warning lights at all relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is spot on. That's where it should be on a Honda car, petrol or diesel. And this engine's been running for quite some time now. Engine then feeds through into the Honda automatic gearbox. Very, very well matched to the engine. They really have got the ratios spot on. Slick in change, really almost imperceptible during most gear changes. What I'm looking for on any road test, regardless of the reputation of a gearbox in terms of reliability, as with these, is just check for any sort of harsh gear changes, any sort of thumps in engagement or any delays, which could suggest internal gearbox wear. And typical of a Honda, there's nothing at all. It just feels absolutely as new to drive in terms of the mechanicals of the power unit. So all absolutely in top order. Come to the steering of the vehicle, and I've always rated the steering on these CR-Vs as because it's one of the last of their generation, really, because it's proper hydraulic power steering. It's brilliantly suited to this type of car. They've got the weighting of it absolutely spot on. It gives the car a real feeling of solidity on the road. It makes the car feel heavy, which I really like. It just feels nice and solid. It doesn't deviate from its chosen path. It's not tramlining all over the place, which you get with some cars. And it's perfectly dialed into the chassis of the car. So it's not over sharp where you're going to be jolting passengers around, but it's not vague and lifeless again, which is can be typical of some vehicles in this category. It also is, I can't find it anywhere in it at all. It tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations at all coming back through the steering wheel of the car, which is a bit of a pet hate of mine. At this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and we always ask our delivery drivers when driving on the motorway to check for at higher speeds, obviously the motorway speeds, and they reported nothing back. Chassis of the vehicle, again, what I'm confirming on these road tests, it's just signs of kind of any kind of mechanical clonks, bangs coming from underneath, or any sort of wallowiness which shouldn't be there. But there's absolutely perfect. There's nothing. You'll hear it hitting the bumps quite normally. There's none of those sort of secondary chatterings going on, which is normally things like sort of anti-roll bar links or drop links, just with a bit of wear in them. But this is absolutely perfect. The chassis is also, obviously Honda, the world's best-selling. This is the best-selling SUV in the world. So you can see they know their market well. It's not a sports car, far from it. But what it is just perfectly judged for what it's intended to do. It's not so soft, which I can't stand in cars, where you get a wonderfully sort of compliant and comfy ride on the straight ahead. But as soon as you come to corners, they pitch and wallow about, and when you've got a car with a relatively high centre of gravity, and that can give you sort of all sorts of lean through the corners, and it can make rear passengers in particular feel particularly car sick. And I've had loads of these, and my kids are prone to car sickness, and we've never had an issue with these. But they just glide through corners. It really holds its line well. There's not a huge amount of body roll to them. It's just really nicely done, and the suspension is wonderfully comfortable on this sort of road surface. It really is. So all in top order there. Looking around inside the car, videos can't get across just how beautifully built a car is, of course. I mean, there's not a murmur or a squeak or a buzz from the interior trim, and this is real build quality. This is not when manufacturers give the motor impress cars when they're brand new. This is years down the line with use, and this is where Honda are brilliant. They last the test of time so well, they really do. It's also just a lovely place to sit and operate a car, because it's got loads of specification, but it's simple to operate. It doesn't alienate people of my generation, certainly, but because it's got the two-tone interior, it adds a feeling of real lightness and warmth to the car, especially during the dark winter months. It's a lovely interior, which is why it's so sought after. We're very lucky to get it, but it's in beautiful condition in here as well. It's been absolutely loved to death, this car. All working perfectly. Sat nav, you can see there, the air conditioning pumps out ice cold air. Heated seats work exactly as they should on both settings. Binnacle in front of me is your classic Honda affair, just big, good, dominating, easy to read, take the information in, and everything's working exactly as it should. Every button that I've pressed, everything is working exactly as intended as well, which again you'd expect on a Honda, especially this mileage, but it's just nice to know. For those who don't already know, these obviously are four-wheel drive cars, albeit Honda worked out very quickly with their market research and everything else and what the customers want, that most people will be driving this car exactly as I'm doing now, in perfectly good condition on bone dry roads. So why have a permanent four-wheel drive system, chewing up tyres, using extra fuel, and putting a lot of mechanical stress to the vehicle when it's not actually needed? So this basically this car will run in front-wheel drive, the most efficient way to pull a car along. Only as and when the front wheels start to slip, maybe on sort of a icy road or snowbound road, or across sort of a muddy field, then it automatically, you don't press any buttons, it brings in the rear wheel drive, and it's just seamless. It just pushes you, it gives you extra grip, and it turns itself off as soon as it doesn't need it. It's genius, and the cleverness of it is the fact that it's so simple an operation. It means they're bulletproof. We've never touched one, and we've had thousands using this system. It's an incredibly clever system because of its simplicity, in all honesty. As I said at the start of the video, the point of these videos is actually to pick up on any issues there might be, so if you're planning on coming, you're not going to be disappointed, and you won't be with this car. I can't find anything to report back. It drives brilliantly well. I've driven some of these brand new when I used to work at Honda, but also sort of used, and this, I can't differentiate. Put this down as a used car. It just feels incredibly tight and taut. Having said that, if I missed anything on the video, then obviously please don't hesitate, do give us a call, and we'll happily answer any questions you might have.